Welcome back. Today, I'll show you how to create inventory. To create a new item, let's go to Quick Menu, Inventory, and Create. The first step would be to select if your item is a product or a service. Once you select the service, the interface changes, displaying the fields that apply only to services, as you can see here. But I want to do a product, so I'll just put it back into a product. Then the code field would be a unique code for your inventory item, and it is filled in automatically. If you want to add your own code, you can put it in here. The system will give you a message. You can just say okay and continue putting in your code. Okay, let's give a description just to tell a little bit more about the inventory item. For example, model (1122) black S37. That's the model of my product. Okay, then let's specify the category to which your product belongs. In my case, it will be lady shoes. Then we can set the price for our item and its cost, if applicable. The price is the sales price of the inventory item pre-filled in tax invoices, and the cost is the purchase price of the item specified by default in the supplier invoice. For example, let's say the price is 500 and the cost is 300. All right. Now, below the fields of the inventory card, you can see 5 checkboxes. Please note that all of them, except for the discount is taxable checkbox, are not available for a service tab. If you are going to produce the product you register, select the manufacturing checkbox. Once you select it, you will see the manufacturing tab will appear. On this tab, you can specify the components needed to produce this product, their quantity, the price, the percentage of waste, if any. For example, let's say to manufacture this product, I need leather. There you go. There we have leather, and I need 3 leather items, and I have a percentage waste of 5%. All right. Then, if you want the product to include residuals and labor, then we just specify it as well, and the corresponding tabs will appear. On the residuals tab, you can add the waste to be produced during the production process. You can only specify inventory with a product type over here. So for example, let's say while we are producing this product, we have some residuals, and these residuals will come up with another product, and this product is now, let's say, heels. And now we have 1 heel per manufacturing process, and that's the cost. All right, and then in the labor tab, we need to just note that on the labor tab, we can only specify services which are included in the production process. So the inventory tab should be services. For example, let's say I'm going to add gluing services. There you go. All right, and we need 3 hours of the gluing services, and let's say it's 20 Rand each hour. Okay. All right, if you want your discount for this inventory item to include taxes, then select the discount is taxable checkbox. To use lots and serial numbers for your products, activate the corresponding checkbox. There you go. And then you will see the information for the lots and serial numbers. As you can see, it is blocked at the moment. So what do we have to do? We need to save and close, and then open it up again, and go into our lots and serial numbers. Now you can see that you have the option to choose between lots and serial numbers. So serial number is an identification number showing the position of an item in a series. To use the serial numbers, just tick on the serial number and you have the information here. Each product has a unique serial number. To use lots, just click on that. And lots are the quantities of goods of the same type a company produced in a time period or prepared for shipment as a set. Okay? All right, then we can also add a photo of your product. And to do that, just click on Add Picture. You can just say Save. And I can select my picture from anywhere in my desktop, wherever it is. And I'll just say, okay, there you are. I'm manufacturing these leather boots with that reference. All right, now let's move into the tabular section. And we will start with the Setup tab first. This is the Setup tab. And over here, we need to firstly specify the costing method. Costing method is a method of calculating the cost of the product in stock. There can be two options, weighted average and FIFO method. So in this case, we have selected weighted average because the average cost is assigned to each inventory item. If you have selected FIFO, which stands for first in and first out, the cost of each inventory item is the value of the item in the most recent document that confirms the item's receipt. The sales, inventory, and cost of sales accounts are defaulted when we set it up the system, and therefore they will appear automatically. You can change this if necessary. Also specify the reorder point per item, which is a value indicating that your stock requires replenishment, the UPC, Universal Product Code, purchase, VAT, sales, VAT, and type of activities if applicable to your business. All right. If you purchase this item of inventory from the supplier and you want to have a specific supplier just for this item, then you go into the Supplier tab and you specify your preferred supplier, let's say, for example, the demo company, and then you can enter the code and the description. This information will appear in the purchase orders created for this item in the system. The last step is to add a unit of measurement. By default, we will always have per item unit of measurement because this is what we set up, but we can change this and have the unit of measurement that we want. In this case, it's pairs, so I'll just select pairs. All right, and that's it. That's our inventory card. Everything is created. Just remember to save it when you're done. Goodbye for now.